What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now today, I have to go ahead and speak my mind about Halo Infinite because I know pretty much this whole year so far, I've been non-stop complaining about Battlefield 2042 being probably the biggest disappointment to me because that's the game I really wanted to invest my time into. But there's one game that has disappointed me almost just as much as Battlefield, and that is Halo Infinite. Now this game right here was supposed to be the savior of all the three titles that released in 2021. You know, the three competitors were Call of Duty Vanguard, Battlefield 2042, and Halo Infinite. And obviously, out of each and every one of those games that came out, Halo Infinite, it turned out to be the best one. You know, gameplay-wise, performance-wise, everything. It turned out to be outstanding. And truly, from that point on, I knew that this was going to be my game. I was going to want to invest a ton of time into this game. I was going to want to do a ton of commentaries about this game, make a bunch of videos about this game. You know, I just wanted to become a Halo fan. And that was great for me because I never really played Halo 2 hardcore in the past, you know. I used to play Halo 3 on my friend's Xbox, but for me personally, I was always a PlayStation kid, and even before PlayStation, I could never have a PS2 or a PS1. It was always Nintendo. That's the only console my parents allowed me to play. So things like GameCube, Game Boy, DS, Nintendo Wii, stuff like that, that's where all my time went into. So I never really got to experience the Halo franchise besides 3, and I absolutely loved it, but I wanted to be more into it. You know, I wanted to be able to sink more time into, you know, the overall franchise and say that I am a fan of Halo. And Infinite was going to be the game that I finally, you know, really went full force with and tried it out. And again, like I said, it completely impressed me in every way when it came to performance of the game and just the overall quality of the title. But everything else just completely flopped, and I gotta say, it was just a massive letdown, a huge letdown. Just as bad as Battlefield 2042. Because, you know, Battlefield 2042, even though it's a letdown, it's a very obvious one. You know, from the beta all the way up to current date, the game is booty cheeks. But Halo Infinite, since the very beginning, it always had a glimmer of light, a glimmer of hope that it could be something outstanding. But the developers won't push the game to that specific point. One thing that I've noticed, you know, coming in as a new Halo player into the whole franchise, is that the community for Halo takes their customization very seriously. They love their armor pieces, they love their color palettes, they love all of the creative stuff they can do to their actual Spartans. But the lack of creativity in this game is just mind-boggling. It blows my mind. There's nothing to do to your Spartan in this game besides pay for cosmetics 24/7. You know, extremely overpriced cosmetics, to be exact. I don't know why the industry still haven't been able to find a good price point to sell these armor pieces and these skins in different games as well. I always thought that $5 was a pretty reasonable spot for, you know, a really good-looking skin. I would easily cough that up, but these companies are still trying to force the agenda of $10, $20, $30 for these skins. It's mind-boggling. But this was never a problem in Halo. Halo, like I said, people love the customization. They love to deck out their Spartans, their soldier, whatever you want to call them. They love to deck out their characters. It's a passion. I mean, just go to the Master Chief Collection. You could do anything in there. The possibilities are absolutely endless. It makes me think, why do I even bother playing Halo Infinite when I can go to the Master Chief Collection, have multiple different Halo games to bounce around between, have multiple different customization options to make myself stand out from the rest of the crowd, and it comes at a singular price point. There's no extra content that I have to purchase or buy in the shop in order to, you know, get creative with my customization. There's none of that crap. It's right there in front of you. And 343 continuously talks about this, saying that they're going to work on the microtransaction system, they're going to work on the battle pass progression and stuff like that. I think they did work on the battle pass quite a bit, and I do enjoy how quickly you can progress through that. But at the end of the day, the game is bare bone. It lacks content, and not just with customization for your Spartan, but also when it comes to just simply map selection. There are 10 maps in Halo Infinite. And I believe, 2 of them are Big Team Battle, which, once again, is a massive mode when it comes to Halo games. I know it's not for everybody, but for me, you know, in particular, I love Big Team Battle. You know, that's one of my favorite things about Halo, and even though I do enjoy the more competitive 4v4 side of things, I definitely enjoy that playstyle. Big Team Battle just always delivers something different, and only being able to play on about 2 maps kills the overall experience. It just takes away from the replayability factor. I don't want to play the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Get what I'm saying here? Because there's not like I'm grinding any new weapons, I'm trying to grind up attachments like in Call of Duty or anything like that. There's nothing like that. You know, it's the same pickups, the same weapons, the same vehicles. The only thing you're grinding towards is in the Battle Pass. So Big Team Battle is enjoyable, but you need a little bit of variety to keep you coming back and playing it consistently over and over and over again. And they don't have it. And along with the 4v4 maps, barely any of them are in rotation. I'll tell you, I play the same map over and over and over again. It's ridiculous. And get this, in Season 2, they're only going to introduce about 3 more maps into rotation. Now, I didn't look into the details about that. I don't know if it's going to be any big team battle maps. So let's just say they're all 4v4 maps, right? Let's just say they're all 4v4. That means finally, after all of this time, we will have 10 maps in rotation. And then no more in big team battle. So I'm assuming at least one of them is going to be in big team battle. So let's say it's 9 4v4 maps in the rotation. And then there's 3 big team battle maps now. This is not the pacing that we're trying to take here in order for this game to last longer. You see, everybody's saying, put a BR in this game, put a BR in. I don't see where they're getting this method from. That's not going to save the game because the game isn't even saved in the first place. If they put a BR into Halo Infinite and they can't even competently, put this game on the right path as it is, what makes you think they're going to put the BR on the right path? It's going to turn it into a firestorm like Battlefield. It's the same situation. They're not working on their primary game hard enough, and then people expect them to branch off to side modes. No. 343 has to make sure they get more content into this game. And the crazy thing is the maps aren't even bad that are in the game. There might be a couple that are a little iffy with, but the overall experience is very enjoyable. But there's not enough to keep me coming back consistently. It's sad because when you step back and look at the overall picture, it's very easy to see that 110% this is all happening because they took the free-to-play approach with Halo Infinite, which initially I thought was going to be good because we've seen games like Fortnite and maybe Apex Legends. It's a little rough there when it comes to their content, but Fortnite is always my go-to example of a game that's free-to-play, but they're able to manage the game good enough, give enough free content to their players, and still have a decent enough affordable store that, it's enough free content to bring people back, and it's enough free content that they're willing to open up their pockets and their wallets and say, you know what? I'm getting this much, I'll give you guys a little something in return as well. That's the whole game that you got to play when it comes to free-to-play titles. You need to give enough so the people, your consumers who are playing your title, feel almost obligated to give you money back because they have your game for free. It's fantastic. The developers gave you tons of stuff. I don't mind giving you $5, $10 in return. That's the finesse of making a free-to-play game. But Halo Infinite, just like every other game out there as well that's trying to take the free-to-play approach, do this garbage, where they make it free-to-play, and because it's free-to-play, they overprice everything in the game. They take out all the customization and put a paywall behind it, and at the same time, they don't release any content into the game because, you're not paying for it, so why should we give you any extra maps in the first place? That is not the method you want to take when it comes to a free-to-play title because guess what? Nobody's going to be encouraged to give you guys money, especially when your store is just ridiculously overpriced. And the crazy part about it is that 343, the developers of Halo Infinite, wanted the game to be free-to-play. This wasn't a Microsoft decision or any of, publisher decision. No, this was literally the development's decision that they wanted the game to be free-to-play. They wanted it this way. I mean, it sucks. In all honesty, I don't want to see any game take this approach. I know I've said in the past, it'll be cool if Call of Duty goes free-to-play, and it'll be cool if Battlefield goes free-to-play and stuff like that, but I don't want to see it ever. Ever. Because if, 343 and Microsoft, who's the head of, Halo Infinite here, the production of this game, if this is how they handle a premium title that, is turning free-to-play. Usually this would be a premium price, but now it's turning free-to-play. If this is how they handle that, then I don't want to see anything coming in the future for any other franchise out there because they will butcher any game that they get their hands on. And it's really sad because I feel like I personally came into this franchise at a perfect time. Halo 4 was a disaster. Halo 5 had a massive amount of problems. But Halo Infinite, pretty much globally here, I think we all as a community can agree, just felt really, really good. And if there was ever a time to, get yourself into the Halo franchise and become a Halo fan, I feel like now is truly the time. But they just flopped and dropped the ball so freaking bad when it came to Halo Infinite. And I don't know, man. Over time, obviously, it's going to get better because the foundation is 10 times better than any other game out there, in my opinion. COD, Battlefield. Clearly, the foundation of this game is superior. It's great, but it just is going to take years to get to where I feel like it's supposed to be. Years, and I don't know if I'm really going to want to wait that time, but we'll find out, I suppose. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for tuning in this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. Bonus, I hated it, leave just a like. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so. Toward in Discord, both the link down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch. Link that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you all next one. Peace out.